This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Monday. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins. Indeed, Monday, it is August the 7th. School resumes Thursday in Manatee and a week from today in Sarasota County.
That's right, it is here.
Let's get to the forecast now from meteorologist John Scalzi. Morning, John.
Good morning to you guys. Yeah, it looks good for the kids. I think as we head into the end of the work week, we're going to see a pattern very similar to what we have established over the weekend and we'll see again today. That is showers and thunderstorms later in the afternoon into the evening hours, building inland first and then drifting back to the coast. So morning anyway should be just fine. As it is this morning, everything pretty quiet across the Suncoast. Don't anticipate showers during the morning hours. During the afternoon, that's another story with daytime heating, driving our temperatures up into the low 90s with feels like temperatures between 100 and 105. Expect those storms to build inland and drift back to the coast. Complete details coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Some action now in Manatee County. First off on 301 in the southbound lane as you leave downtown Bradenton. Also State Road 70 in both directions on either side of 301. Farther south now into Sarasota, 41 southbound as you approach the Bayfront and the Ringling Causeway. Bee Ridge out there as you get near the interstate in the eastbound lanes between Cattleman and I-75. And checking our final map, South County, we'll see a little buildup 41 northbound as you get between Business 41 and northern Venice.
Topping our news this morning, a violent weekend shakes the Suncoast with two double homicides happening in less than 48 hours. The first at a new resort on Longboat Key and the second in a Bradenton neighborhood. This
morning, the killers in both cases remain on the loose, and police believe the cases are not connected. Our Jess Dowdrick now joins us live from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office with the latest on the investigations. Jess?
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. There were 4, possibly 5 homicides in Manatee County over the weekend from 2 separate incidents. Now police are trying to track down the killers and put them behind bars. The first incident happened at the Zota Beach Resort on Longboat Key early Friday morning. This masked man went into the hotel just after 2:30. Police say he robbed the front desk clerk and security guard before shooting and killing them both, fleeing the hotel with the cash drawer. The victims are Timothy Hurley of Sarasota and Kevin Carter of Bradenton. Police have offered an $18,000 reward for anyone with information leading to an arrest and conviction of those responsible. Although the video only shows one suspect, police believe others could be involved. The second shooting spree happened in the Bayshore Gardens neighborhood on Saturday. A 25-year-old woman living in this home told deputies she was approached by 3 to 4 suspects, was forced into a bedroom inside of the home where she heard yelling and gunshots from outside of the door. She escaped and called 911. Deputies arrived to find 2 men dead inside of the home. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is still looking for 3 to 4 murder suspects in that case. The victims have been identified as Keith Jones from Jacksonville and Rodney Williams from Tampa. Now, there was another body found in Sarasota shortly after that homicide in Bradenton. Police are investigating whether or not that is related to the shooting. Reporting live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Jess.
International pressure on North Korea has increased, urging the country to stop its nuclear program after the UN Security Council votes to impose sanctions.
This as the Secretary of State visits the region looking to build consensus. ABC's Ariel Reshef has details of a major move by one of North Korea's closest allies.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson in the Philippines, doubling down on efforts to isolate an increasingly hostile North Korean regime.
I think it's quite clear in terms of there being no daylight among the international community as to the expectation that North Korea will take steps to achieve all of our objectives, which is a denuclearized Korean peninsula.
In a rare show of unanimity, the UN Security Council passing sweeping sanctions. Even China, a longtime ally of North Korea, tacking on.
This resolution is the single largest economic sanctions package ever leveled against the North Korean regime. This is the most stringent set of sanctions on any country in a generation.
The heavy-handed ban on coal and other North Korean exports expected to deal a $1 billion blow.
These sanctions will cut deep, and in doing so will give the North Korean leadership a taste of the deprivation they have chosen to inflict on the North Korean people.
President Trump talking by phone to the South Korean leader, tweeting, "Just completed call with President Moon of South Korea. Very happy and impressed with the 15-0 United Nations vote on North Korea sanctions." North Korean strongman Kim Jong-un ramping up rhetoric in recent months, alarming the international community and prompting swift action with the launch of 2 intercontinental ballistic missiles in just a month. North Korea has launched 11 missile tests since President Trump took office, the regime responding to sanctions overnight, promising righteous action. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, Washington.
The president is out of the White House this morning taking a working vacation as the presidential residence gets a makeover. Construction crews getting to work as soon as he left for Bedminster, New Jersey on Friday. The executive mansion is long overdue for a major upgrade since it hasn't had a major renovation since the 1940s. There have been reports of leaky roofs, fly infestations, and a foul odor within the building. White House staffers will be working out of a building next door until those renovations are complete. The president is expected to return in about 2.5 weeks.
The city of Chicago plans to sue the federal government for threatening to block federal grants to cities that don't comply with federal immigration laws, so-called sanctuary cities. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel said the city is suing the Department of Justice for threatening to withhold crime-fighting money. The restriction was put into place by the Trump administration. Emanuel has fought back ever since. He said the lawsuit will be filed today in federal court. If Chicago loses, it stands to lose billions of dollars in funding.
A follow-up now on that deadly Ohio State Fair accident. The Dutch manufacturer of the thrill ride that broke apart and killed an 18-year-old man now says excessive corrosion on a support beam led to that catastrophic failure. Company officials visited the accident site and conducted tests that found that the corrosion dangerously reduced the thickness on the wall of a beam that held a passenger gondola on the swinging and spinning ride. Now, similar rides were also shut down worldwide following that accident. 4 people remain hospitalized, including 1 woman in a coma.
General Motors is recalling almost 700,000 vehicles for a steering issue. The company says the 2014 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierra trucks are potentially affected. The problem is in the software that controls the steering. It has a glitch that can cause vehicles to spontaneously lose power steering for about 1 full second. And when it suddenly returns, drivers can also lose control of the steering wheel.
Now to another developing story just north of Tampa. Florida officials condemning 2 more homes due to a Florida sinkhole. Authorities now face the question, can they save that neighborhood at all? 6 total homes have been destroyed or condemned on Ocean Pines Drive and Land O'Lakes, plagued by a sinkhole the size of a large pond that appeared back in July. Originally, the sinkhole was 225 feet. It has now grown to about 260 feet wide and 50 feet deep, setting the whole street on edge.
Tile, for instance, was buckling and popping inside of the homes, and door frames were just not matching up.
In an effort to reduce damage to the rest of the neighborhood, crews have been brought in to stabilize the banks of that sinkhole. Once the edges are stabilized, workers hope to remove debris with the help of a boat ramp so that they can work from a barge, which will then float on water in the sinkhole.
It could be a small platform for them to work from. They'll start to get the debris up onto the barge. They'll take the barge over to the side so that they don't actually drag anything up the slope.
The most difficult part of that work will be watching out for more erosion as they work to get the sinkhole stabilized.
Well, here's a fun job. The state wants to hire an iguana wrangler. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission is looking for someone to take the lead on dealing with iguanas in the state. They are not considered aggressive, but they do have teeth and claws and a whip-like tail that could inflict injury. Reptiles are essentially vegetarian, but scientists fear that they continue to endanger plants and native species, especially in the Florida Keys.
Well, the Tampa Bay Lightning raising a glass to thousands of fans over the weekend for Bolt's Brew Fest. For 3 hours, attendees were able to sample over 100 different beers, including a mix of local and national brews, all on the floor of Amalie Arena. Those that purchased VIP tickets were treated to a tour of the facilities with personalities like former player Brian Bradley, who you could see here showing off the weight room.
It's kind of our first foray into this type of event. The whole goal with the event was to do something kind of unique, kind of different that we haven't done before. But just as important, we wanted to do something during a time where there's not as much hockey talk.
A portion of the event's proceeds were donated to the Humane Society. So that sounds like a fun idea.
Somebody said, let's have a big party on a weekend and sell beer and give tours of the facility. Sounds great.
Yeah.
They should have actually had the Iguana Wrangler job fair coincided with the beer fest. They probably would have gotten some applicants.
There we go.
I'm thinking.
Yes.
Weather in a
I can
second.
only imagine.
Also, still had a special report for you. We'll talk to a local mother about the challenges of keeping her daughters safe on social media.
We'll take a look at how much posting is too much and some tips for you and your family. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours. Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at air temperature that comes in pretty standard for this time of year, 77 degrees, and a dew point value that also is pretty typical of August, 75 dew point value. So kind of a steamy start to the morning. And it'll end up being a very warm afternoon with dew point values that high already. Once we get into the 90, 91 degree temperature reading this afternoon, it'll have a feels like temperature of about 105. So again, steamy, thick afternoons shaping up for us. However, now we will have showers and thunderstorms to break the heat, which is kind of nice. Our showers came earlier on, a couple weeks ago, through about Friday of last week. Now we're back to a more typical summertime pattern. East wind at about 6 brings us kind of uniform temperatures with 77 Wauchula, Arcadia, Punta Gorda, Parrish, 78 in Northport, 80 Longboat Key and Inglewood. So pretty typical temperatures all across the boards. Showers are still in the forecast for this afternoon as we have plentiful amounts of moisture to work with, though some slightly drier air might work its way into the forecast midweek. And the winds out of the east might lighten up just a little bit, allowing for that sea breeze to push our showers a little bit further into inland areas as we progress into especially Tuesday night and then Wednesday, Thursday. As we look at the morning commute, though, I think each and every day this morning we're looking at pretty quiet conditions, so that should not be a problem. School bus forecast coming up on Thursday looks pretty good for Manatee County as we don't have much in the way of any kind of rainfall anticipated during the morning. A frontal boundary located to the north will be a hot spot for shower and thunderstorm activity. Flooding rains possible, severe weather as well. Dallas down through Houston, back toward Raleigh. Charlotte even may have a chance of seeing some thunderstorms through the Ohio Valley and then back into the Midwest as well. For us, our showers are pretty typical for this time of year with that easterly wind, the sea breeze building in the afternoon. The showers build along the spine of the state and then all the way toward the I-75. Now, the east wind today may keep our sea breeze just a little bit closer to the coast, so we may get a little bit better coverage today than we might tomorrow, but really we're kind of splitting hairs here. The showers building inland are pushed back toward the coast in the afternoon, which is typical with these west-moving afternoon showers and thunderstorms. We also have a new storm down to the south. It's going to stay away from us. This storm system is Franklin, a new tropical storm headed toward the Yucatan. We'll talk more about it in a second. Then again, further away out into the open waters of the Atlantic, this system we talked about last week. When we left you on Friday, it had an 80% chance of development. Now, for the next couple of days, a 0 chance of development. And over the next 5 days, only about a 20% chance of development. It's got a lot of shear to deal with. It's got a lot of dry air aloft. So let's go back to Franklin. Franklin, located just to our south. Here we are, of course, and there's Franklin, headed toward the Yucatan Peninsula. 45-mile-an-hour winds, tropical storm warnings up for the Yucatan, forecast on a track that takes it towards central Mexico. So, the long and short of it is, it has no effect on our weather whatsoever. Forecast looks like this. Daytime high tops out near the low 90s. Feels like temperature about 100 to 105. And a rain chance each and every day. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at traffic this morning, looks like State Road 70 heading towards 301 is seeing some more cars on the roadway. Looks like those slowdowns on 301 has since cleared up as we're heading into Sarasota County. Pretty quiet throughout that area. Just your normal congestion on 41 heading north and southbound. Also Clark Road heading towards the interstate. Seeing a few more cars and looking pretty quiet throughout Venice. Not a whole lot going on across the Suncoast 618 on your Monday morning. Well, school starts on Thursday in Manatee County and next week in Sarasota County.
So we thought the time was right to talk about the ever-growing issue of kids on social media. I sat down with a local mother and her 10-year-old daughter for some insight on the challenges that kids and their parents are facing, and we found a tip on reducing the risk.
Snapchat and Instagram.
10-year-old Sailor Han of Sarasota has her favorite social media pages, and her mother, Brooke, has an issue with both of them.
We're constantly on the Snapchat, and you know, and the picture disappears, supposedly, so you kind of don't know really what they're seeing, and that really concerns me.
As for Instagram, Brooke has a horror story about that one through a friend's daughter.
It was a guy from overseas, and he found her Instagram account, and he had actually killed a few girls off of Instagram, and her picture was on his wall.
Brooke is all too aware the bad guys are out there and watching closely.
They're posting in their bathing suits. You know, we live at the beach. They're constantly doing the selfies with the bathing, you know, and you try, but you can't keep up with everything, you know, because there's new apps coming out every day, and it's hard as a parent to keep up.
Sad thing, because you're having to give them some life lessons that you'd rather wait a few more years to tell them.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, my daughter's 10 right now, and I have to have these conversations with her, and, you know, they think everything's innocent, and, you know, to them it is innocent, but to older people, it's not.
Yeah, so with smart devices now, they really know everywhere that we are. Pictures that we take, there's location services on our phone, on our computer, that actually store that data, that GPS data where pictures are taken. So when we post them on social media, we're not just posting a picture of us and our family, we're also posting where that picture was taken.
Kevin Angel has worked in law enforcement, including in the Internet Crimes Against Children Division. He says the bottom line is, be careful how much you share.
Checking in at locations is also somewhat of concern. So if we check in at a place like a movie theater, for instance, we're letting somebody know where we're going to be for the next couple hours.
So Brooke puts the laptop away each night in the drawer out front, and she's careful also with her daughter's phone. After all, it's a whole new world.
No, I mean, we didn't have phones. We didn't have any of that.
And as for her daughter, so far, Saylor says she hasn't had anything bad happen. So nobody has ever tried to contact you that you don't know?
Not that I remember, no.
It's heartbreaking for parents to have to tell little kids about bad guys out there on the phones and the internet.
Very true. And I actually found out on iPhones that if you go to the privacy settings and then you go on there in location services, you can have them on and off for certain apps or something like that. But if you scroll down and go to photos and if you go to actually the camera setting, you have to turn it off on the camera setting as well. Otherwise, it'll be able to tell you where you are and where you took that picture.
Yeah, you forget that. As adults, you forget that can be done.
Yeah, I didn't even know until I looked into it after your story and changed it now, so now I know.
We helped one person already.
There we go.
All right, 6:21 right now on this Monday morning. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, the latest in a civil trial involving pop star Taylor Swift.
We'll tell you what the singer is now claiming about a former radio DJ when we come back.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
If you're thinking about replacing your windows, what matters most to you? We found what matters is high performance. Our customers want energy-efficient windows built for Florida weather. Windows that can stand everything from scorching sun to hurricanes. Our customers want windows that reflect their life, their lifestyle. Windows that will last a lifetime. We listen to our customers, and as a result, we're growing. So if you're looking to replace your windows, stop here at New South Window.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Keep up with your investments and market trends by watching the ABC7 Stock Report. Get a recap of all the day's stock market activity. Be sure to watch your Suncoast News at 6 for the ABC7 Stock Report, sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Pretty shot of the Rosemary District looking off toward downtown Sarasota. saw a full moon today. Did you see it by chance?
I did, actually, when I walked outside my door. Usually I have to turn the light on, but I didn't even need to do that because the moon was so bright. I was able to see that.
Very nice. You any good shots of the moon or the sun? Send them our way. Here's how you can contact us.
Yeah, we would definitely like to keep in touch with you. And also that total solar eclipse, that's coming up soon. You could post that to our Facebook pages and let us see what you're seeing out there. Stay up to date with what we're doing here on Good Morning Suncoast as well.
Welcome back, 6:25 on this Monday morning.
Jury selection is set to get underway today in a civil trial involving Taylor Swift.
Now, the singer says a radio DJ got a little fresh while they were posing for a picture in Denver. He denies it. ABC's Clayton Sandell has the latest.
In this morning's GMA First Look, bad blood between pop star Taylor Swift and a former radio DJ, now suing each other in federal court. It all goes back to Denver, 2013. This photo, obtained by TMZ, now a key piece of evidence, showing Swift, then 23, backstage before her concert, posing with DJ David Muller and his then girlfriend. Swift claiming Muller's hand grabbed her backside inappropriately. Muller's radio station firing him, and now he's suing for potentially $3 million in damages. But Swift countersued for assault and battery, claiming Muller took his hand and put it up my dress, adding it was not an accident, it was completely intentional and caused the singer extreme anxiety. And we'll have much more on the legal battle coming up at 7 a.m. with your GMA First Look. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
He's a dog in every sense, yet in his soul, he's a wolf. Nothing connects them more than a desire for meat, so we created Meat-Rich Blue Wilderness to feed the wolf that lives inside your dog.
The in-laws have moved in with us.
And our adult children are here.
So we save by using Tide.
Which means we use less.
3 generations of clothes cleaned in 1 wash.
Those are Mom's.
Anybody see my pants?
Nothing cleans better.
Put those on, Dad.
It's gotta be Tide.
From the farming minds at Ocean Spray, a new epic flavor. It's cranberry, it's pineapple, and there's no sugar added. Cranberry pineapple 100% juice, the next big thing to hit the juice aisle.
Can't sleep because you're worrying about your big day tomorrow? Don't forget about the client dinner. I hope you didn't forget. What are you going to wear? Anna, did you get that email I sent you? I need you to respond before you wake up.
When life keeps you up, ZzzQuil helps you fall asleep in less than 20 minutes because sleep is a beautiful thing.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life, you miss precious moments. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value, free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute for your free evaluation and enjoy more of your life.
Call 1-800-813-0109. 1-800-813-0109.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, a violent weekend on the Suncoast with 5 dead in less than 48 hours. What police are saying this morning is the killers remain on the loose.
Plus, a hazmat situation at a pool supply store causes an evacuation in a Venice strip mall. We'll tell you what happened.
And it's almost time to head back to school. We'll take a look at what area organizations did over the weekend to help students in need. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, early risers. It's 6:31 on August the 7th. Glad you're with us. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. It was a pretty nice one outside.
Yes.
It wasn't too humid, I would say. It was hot, but not humid.
Yep, typical summer weekend. Let's get details of what's next now from meteorologist John Scalzi. Hey, John.
Hi. Well, we're looking at a return to our typical summertime weather, which is showers building in the late afternoon, then drifting back toward the coastline during the early evening. All is right with the world. We also have a new tropical storm, but that is down to our south and really has no impact on us. Its name is Franklin. If you hear about it in the news, it is not a threat to the state of Florida. We'll talk more about that in a second. Our radar shows a few scattered showers down to the south, but locally not a drop of rain falling, nor will there be during these morning commute hours for the next several days. Lots of sunshine drives our temperatures into the low 90s with feels like temperatures of about 100 to 105. We'll have complete forecast details for you for the week ahead coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you. Checking the Suncoast roads. First off in Manatee County, they'll build up on 301 southbound as you pass over 15th Street East. Otherwise, pretty good. Checking farther south down to Sarasota, still a buildup there on 41 southbound as you pass the Ritz and the Weston Project. They're heading toward the Bayfront. Congestion in the southbound lane. Also, Bee Ridge eastbound way out by Cattleman as you head toward the interstate. And farthest south, we'll check that map and see nothing much to report at 6:32 on your Monday morning.
Well, it was a violent weekend here on the Suncoast. 5 people shot and killed in Manatee County in 2 separate incidents. And this morning, the killers still on the loose.
The first incident, a double homicide on Longboat Key Friday morning. Then a second one, a double possible triple homicide in Bradenton. Let's go live now to the Manatee County Sheriff's Office for an update on the investigations from our Jess Dowdrick. Jess?
Good morning, Jacqueline and Ray. Between the 2 incidents, police are working to identify and locate several suspects, all of which are at large this morning. However, police say they do not believe that the community is in any risk because both shootings appear to be isolated. The first incident happened at the Zoda Beach Resort on Longboat Key early Friday morning. This masked man went into the hotel just after 2:30. Police say he robbed the front desk clerk and security guard before shooting and killing them both, fleeing the hotel with the cash drawer. The victims are Timothy Hurley of Sarasota and Kevin Carter of Bradenton. Police have offered an $18,000 reward for anyone with information leading to an arrest and conviction of those responsible. Although the video only shows one suspect, police believe others could be involved. The second shooting spree happened in the Bayshore Gardens neighborhood on Saturday. A 25-year-old woman living in this home told deputies she was approached by 3 to 4 suspects, was forced into a bedroom inside of the home where she heard yelling and gunshots from outside of the door. She escaped and called 911. Deputies arrived to find 2 men dead in the home. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office is still looking for 3 to 4 murder suspects in that case. The victims have been identified as Keith Jones from Jacksonville and Rodney Williams from Tampa. Now, shortly after that shooting in Bradenton, a body was found in Sarasota. Police are investigating whether or not they're connected. Reporting live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Jess. Now, new developments on that body that was found near Bay Vista and Yale in Sarasota Saturday morning. Detectives say the body was Andre Bryant, a man who spent 9 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit. This was Bryant's mugshot taken after he was convicted for armed robbery back in 2006. He was given a 30-year prison sentence and always maintained his innocence. Well, the state attorney's office again looked into Bryant's case after a Sarasota Herald-Tribune investigation that sparked some reasonable doubt as to his involvement. The sheriff's office is currently investigating his death and looking into a possible connection between it and that double homicide in Bayshore Gardens.
Meanwhile, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office has identified a suspect involved in a strong armed robbery in northwest Bradenton on Friday night. The victim told deputies he saw a blonde man with black shorts acting suspicious and took a photo of him. When he returned home, he was confronted by the suspect. The two got into a fight before the suspect ran away, and that victim is still recovering from injuries. A firearm was found on the suspect. However, no charges have been made.
A hazmat situation in a Venice strip mall shut down shopping over the weekend. The Sarasota County Fire Department responded to a pool supply store on Jacaranda Boulevard after reports of a chemical spill. Crews arrived to find a 1,300-gallon tank had several holes in it and was leaking chlorine into an overflow basin. Crews worked to evacuate surrounding businesses in fear that the chemical may cause inhalation problems.
With the chlorine, our hazardous materials crew advised me that typically the chlorine itself leaking isn't going to be too much of an issue, just based on it's the same type of chemical that you put in your pool, but it's highly concentrated. The main issue would be if it were to get wet, that there could be some irritation, an inhalation hazard or something to that effect.
So the crew removed that leaking tank and also replaced the overflow basin that had chlorine leaked into it. Fortunately, no injuries have been reported.
Well, the Suncoast continues to mourn the tragic death of Snooty the manatee, who passed away just 2 weeks ago. Animal rights protesters taking to the South Florida Museum that was home to the iconic 69-year-old sea cow and calling for a change in staff. An investigation found that Snooty drowned when he became stuck in a 30 by 30-inch tunnel used to access plumbing for his tank. It's a passage usually blocked by an access panel that is bolted shut. Protesters are calling the incident negligent by museum employees.
I understand there are 3 other manatees in possession of this museum, and we would like to see the protocol for the future care and safety of these manatees.
We are speaking on behalf of people all over the world. I've been contacted by people outside of Florida, outside of the United States, who want us to speak for Snooty since he cannot speak for himself.
The South Florida Museum is currently conducting an internal investigation following Snooty's death with the help of a third party. In response to this weekend's demonstration, the museum said in a statement, quote, "No one is more committed to the well-being of manatees cared for at the South Florida Museum than our team members. Without facts, it is not appropriate to speculate or make any allegations. When the review is complete and action steps are determined, the museum is committed to sharing that information publicly." Well, starting later this week, schools will be back in session across Manatee County and next week in Sarasota County. And the Northport Mustangs Cheer Camp got down to business over the weekend, setting their sights on victory with a fundraising car wash. The funds going towards the Pop Warner cheerleading squad for regional and national competitions. Organizers of the car wash say these efforts help prepare them for the school year ahead by teaching them valuable skills.
It takes a lot of trust and bonding for them to be able to do the stunt correctly and legally, so to say. So it definitely helps them out. It brings them together, keeps them occupied, keeps them out of trouble, and most importantly, it keeps them very healthy.
As for the cheerleaders, they say the camp gives them the opportunity to be more active and make new friends.
And several Suncoast churches and professional services work together to get students ready for the school year. St. Wilfrid's Episcopal Church in Sarasota was one of those churches, and dozens of kids were able to get free medical and dental checkups, vision, hearing, also haircuts, and a backpack full of school supplies.
It's important for kids to have what they need, as well as to have
at least seen a doctor, at least seen a dentist, gotten their hearing and their vision checked so that their parents know that they're ready to go and they don't have any challenges.
So 32 churches and 38 schools in the Suncoast were involved with this Days for Hope initiative. Also had their pictures taken there. Get the kids started on the right foot as school resumes Thursday in Manatee and next Monday in Sarasota County.
It's here.
Very nice, very good stuff. And you too were involved in a Fill the Backpack event.
Yes, there were a lot of people that came out for that. Tiny Hands Foundation and Boys and Girls Club of Sarasota County, and lots of families that were able to get backpacks if they weren't volunteering. They were able to take home some school supplies with some food inside the backpack, and it was a great event. So many people came out for that.
Good turnout.
Yeah.
Huge.
And I think there were a lot of people in the stores doing some school shopping as well.
That's right.
Yeah, it was busy. We have across our region today, afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Talk about it in a second.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, a cannabis-based medicine is having a unique effect on its users and how they shop for other medicines.
We'll have details of its impact after the break.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers or save big on a new sleek and stylish Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Drive off today for your next great adventure in a brand new Jeep Renegade for as low as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
We are looking at another warm start to the morning, typical for this time of year at 77 degrees with a dew point value coming in the mid-70s, 75 right now, up a degree over the last hour. East wind blowing at about 6. That east wind kind of important to the forecast today and will continue on through the next several days. Generally, with an easterly wind flow, you get a kind of uniform temperature gradient from inland to coast. And that's what we've got today. 77 Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Northport, Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota. You get the idea. When the winds come at you over land, you don't have the effect of that cooler, slightly cooler, Gulf waters that kind of changes things around. Actually, during the morning hours, the Gulf water keeps our coastal areas a little bit warmer than inland areas. So with that easterly wind flow, everything kind of evens out. There are showers down to our south. The showers caused by A lot of moisture with a long easterly fetch of air, picking up that moisture off the Atlantic and slinging it back toward the coastline. We will see today that easterly wind kind of collide with our sea breeze that builds in the afternoon. That sea breeze building in response to all the sunshine that we get to start off the day, so consequently we don't see a lot of activity quite yet, but for the commute home today, we're likely to see showers and thunderstorms having built and gradually drift back toward the coast. There's a frontal boundary that's kind of stalled out across parts of North Florida, led to some pretty rough weather over the weekend. Tulsa saw some pretty good tornadic activity there. And of course, we have flood warnings up for a large part of the Ohio Valley stretching back toward Texas, too. There's some flash flood warnings up because of that low pressure area and the potential for some heavy rainfall there. So if you're traveling today to Dallas, Fort Worth, or Raleigh, Durham, even all the way up into the Ohio Valley, could be airport delays because of some stronger storms. High pressure located just to our north and in the Atlantic draws our winds out of the east, collides with our sea breeze front and inland areas, and then pushes them back toward the coastline as we head into the evening hours. This is a typical summertime pattern that will be with us right straight through this work week. So sunshine brings warm, high temperatures. Each and every day we'll see temperatures in the low 90s. We'll have these typical west-moving storms. For this time of year, that's what we would expect. And then our new storm, Franklin, stays away from us. We like that. It's located down to the south in the Caribbean, moving toward the Yucatan. That is where the tropical storm warnings are up. Otherwise, you'll recall that last week we told you to keep an eye on this system out in the Atlantic. It was just off the coast of Africa then, with about an 80% chance of development. This system now only has about a 20% chance. It just didn't make it, lifted a little too far to the north, had a little bit of shear act on it, and there's some drier air to the north. All in all, doesn't have much of a chance of development, so that's the good news. Now, Franklin will continue with 45-mile-an-hour winds, strengthening slowly as it gets closer to the Yucatan, possibly making landfall as a stronger tropical storm, maybe even a minimal hurricane, most likely tropical storm, moving over that little peninsula of land there and then re-emerging out into the Bay of Campeche and moving toward the central parts of Mexico. So all in all, staying very far away from the United States. The forecast calls for a southeast wind at 10 to 15, shifting to the west with that sea breeze. Boaters, 2-foot seas, and a moderate chop. Nice day for boating, but a little bit breezy out there. A forecast calling for a 40% chance of showers for the next several days, perhaps slightly less on Wednesday, and daytime highs warm. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, looks like 301 heading southbound, seeing some more cars on the roadway. Also 41 seeing some slowdowns as you head towards Cortez Road. In Sarasota County, looks like Bee Ridge and Fruitville Road, seeing some more cars on the roadway. I-75 looking clear if you're heading into South County, pretty quiet throughout that area. Just your normal slowdowns for your morning commute, 647 on your Monday morning. In this hour's Health Smart, nearly half of people who use cannabidiol products stop taking traditional medicines.
That according to the largest survey on CBD usage to date. CBD is a cannabis compound known to help people with conditions like insomnia, depression, anxiety, or joint pain. It also doesn't leave users feeling high. The survey found that 42% of CBD users stop using over-the-counter and prescription pain relievers. It also found that women use it more than men, 55 to 45%. 80% said they found that CBD products are extremely effective for them. 6:48 right now, entertainment news. Hollywood couple Anna Faris and Chris Pratt have announced they are going their separate ways.
That's right. The actors announced the breakup on social media last night. Pratt and Faris married in July of 2009 after meeting on the set of the comedy Take Me Home Tonight. In 2007, they do have a 4-year-old son together. Pratt recently starred in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and is set to star in the upcoming Jurassic World sequel. Faris lent her voice to the animated Emoji Movie and is set to star in a remake of the Goldie Hawn comedy Overboard.
And popular British TV host Jeremy Clarkson has been hospitalized with pneumonia. A spokesperson says the infection was discovered while he was on vacation in Spain. Clarkson came to prominence by hosting the popular BBC show Top Gear He updated his fans on his website and thanked them for their support.
And despite negative reviews, Sony's version of The Dark Tower was the #1 movie at the box office this weekend. The Stephen King book turned film opened with $19.5 million. The film had quite the journey before reaching the big screen, with unsuccessful attempts by both J.J. Abrams and Ron Howard to adapt the popular novel. Meanwhile, Dunkirk came in a close second at $17.6 million, and the Emoji Movie fell to third place at just $12.4.
It's 10 to 7, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. We'll update the day's top local news headlines, and California firefighters are helping bring the sand to patients at a children's hospital.
We'll tell you how they made them feel they were soaking up the sun without leaving the hospital when we come back.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
It's no small wonder anybody loves it all.
I just love art that moves me.
No small.
I mean, really moves me.
Wonder.
Sunset Fiat of Sarasota presents No Small Wonder. High performance style. Let the art of Fiat move you.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Well, this show is clearly for the birds. Look at that.
No, not for that one. He said no thank you. You know, funny story, when I was little, my mom used to always tell me whenever birds were on a wire or posted up like that, it was called a bird wedding. So apparently that bird wedding has since ended.
Yeah, they're off to a reception now.
Apparently
the fire
so.
hall. Welcome back, 6:53 on your Monday morning.
Now let's take a look at some of the top stories on the Suncoast today.
A hazmat scare over the weekend at a strip mall in Venice. It happened at a pool supply store. Experts had to evacuate adjacent businesses on Jacaranda Boulevard.
Plus, protesters continue to hammer the South Florida Museum about the death of a longtime manatee in their care. They feel museum workers in Bradenton were negligent in caring for 69-year-old Snooty, who got stuck and drowned after getting access to a trapdoor within the tank.
And with school starting Thursday in Manatee County and next Monday in Sarasota County, social media experts are reminding parents to keep a close eye on the kids. They suggest turning off the location settings on cell phones so that predators can't see where pictures are taken from.
Taking a look at traffic in Manatee County, your normal slowdowns on 301 and State Road 70, also throughout Cortez Road. I-75 and 41 looking clear, though, as we head into Sarasota County. Some slowdowns on 301 as you're heading north towards Manatee County. Other than that, Bee Ridge, Clark, and Fruitville looking good, and in South County, pretty quiet throughout that area. John?
Well, we're looking at pretty typical weather for this time of year. Our showers and thunderstorms return to west movers, which means we'll see them build late in the afternoon and into the early evening in inland locations today, probably along the 75 corridor. And then those showers will gradually drift back toward the coastline as they die out and the sea breeze fades with the heating of the day. Our daytime highs will top out warm each and every day, coming in the low 90s, and we'll have feels-like temperatures that'll be near 100 to 105, so steamy. We'll all be thankful for those afternoon showers. And it looks like as we head into the end of the week, that pattern's going to hold true. So for morning school bus commutes, everything looks like it'll be just fine and dry.
All right, good to hear. Finally, nearly 50 firefighters in California hung up their hoses for the day to have a beach day with kids in a Long Beach hospital. Every year, volunteers set up the auditorium to look like a carnival or a beach. It's a day of fun for the kids who are too sick to leave the hospital. The patients and firefighters played games, got their faces painted, made crafts, ate summer snacks, and even had a chance to have some pet therapy dogs at the event as well. Give the kids a chance, get their minds off things for a few minutes at least, you know?
Be
Nice.
kids.
Volunteer firefighters.
Yeah.
That must be very, very rewarding for those firefighters to be able to do that.
I bet it would be.
Bring
Yeah,
a
right.
little smile to those kids.
Yeah.
Back to work. Enjoy your Monday, folks.
Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next.